coming down off the mountain. Cows are up early this morning, boy. Look at them out there just, I don't know what in the hell they eat out there. I think if they came to South Georgia, they'd get pretty fat. They enjoy all that junk we got to eat down there. I don't know. I guess they think there's something out there to eat, but when I walk around and all that junk, all I see is a bunch of brush and junk, and I wouldn't eat it. I guess you hungry enough, you eat anything. Look at them. All right, so we're gonna drop down in a little valley, down that way, and we're gonna keep on trucking, and then we're gonna get into the Red Rock and change the scenery pretty quick. All right, we're down in this little valley now. As you can tell, the scenery has changed, and that was only about 10 minutes ago. We did the other little video. It's coming into the Red Rock now. So pretty much it's gonna be this way until we meet Marie, and then head up along the Colorado River and start climbing. All right, keep you posted. All right, so we are at the spot we're gonna climb. We're gonna hike up that, and then we're headed in that direction right up there to climb up that and up to the top of that. All right, so we climbed up this little hill. I don't think it's a hill, if you ask me. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the Colorado River. You can see our little Hot Wheels cars down there. We only have one, the little red Hot Wheel car. And then I'm gonna buzz you around and show you what we're fixing to climb. I've already marked off a landing zone for Life Flight for me. Not to jinx anything, but you gotta be real here. And everything else is going good, right, Marie? Oh, there's Marie. Marie says everything's going good. So no worries, I've got her. Nothing's gonna happen to me, all right? All right, so there's the Colorado River. This is Big Bend. Mm-hmm. It's called Big Bend.
That bend.
That bend down there is called Big Bend. A lot of campgrounds. You can float all this. We floated it in the past. I'm going to zoom into the Hot Wheels. So there's Marie's little Hot Wheel vehicle. If I can hold the camera still, because I'm shaking from oxygen depletion. And then I'm going to buzz you this way. There goes a person breaking the speed limit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out here, and we already have some people above us who are gonna test the durability of our helmets. And then we're gonna go all the way up there. It's a 5'10"?
5'8", 5'9".
5'8", 5'9". The hardest is a 5'15", D as in David. Mm-hmm. So there you go. I've been taking notes, writing them on these rocks right here. All right, we'll get back to you. All right, so we're getting ready to tie in on the ropes, which is really important. That's why I love Marie so much, because she's much smarter than me and safety conscious. Part of tying in to me is kind of like having that anchor system, which we talk about in other videos. It's important to have a 3 to 5. 3 to 5 people that are around you that support your inner voice, support your soul, support your drives. So, might seem kind of goofy, but for you that have never done this, it might be kind of cool to watch the whole tying in system. So Marie and I are going to rely on each other to climb up this wall and be each other's buddy. So when you hear the term peer support, which is, some people don't know what that means. All it means is just a friend. Somebody that's going to be there for you to anchor off to when you're sucking wind and you're wrapped around the axle. So we're going to walk through the safety features of tying in, not a promotional video, just kind of a cool video for you in TV land to kind of see like how this works. So here we go. Right, so Marie's going to walk us through the tying in system, which, like I said, is kind of how this works. You know, we're going to support each other today because we're going through something, but it's something we're choosing to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, so each of us is going to tie into one end of the rope so that we have a closed loop system. So I start with about 4 feet of rope, make my little alien, strangle him, poke him in the eye. And that gives me a figure 8. And then I'm going to put the rope through my harness, through the 2 tie-in loops. And I'm going to take the tail end of the rope and retrace the figure 8 knot. So following this all the way around. like so. That's a retraced figure 8 knot. And then Josie's going to tie into the other end of the rope, and then we'll have our closed loop.
And so when we do this, we're going to go through, she's going to check all of her straps to make sure everything's tight. She's going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on this knot. 2 hand wints here. And it's just like a patented routine system for her. But even though she's done it for how many years now?
22.
22 years, she's not going to miss a step. Where somebody like me would probably miss 4 steps. And then I wouldn't need life flight.
Yeah, we always do all our safety checks before we start climbing.
All right, so Marie's tied in, and I am tied into Marie on a belay device. So I'm going to give her just enough slack so she can work her way up to this first bolt. And then it just kind of keeps going on. And then we'll just kind of keep giving you little clips of video as we go along. You can see our helmet testers are up there above us looking down. Okay, so Marie has climbed up about halfway of what we're going to climb. I think about 100 feet so far. And I'll show you as she's gone up, she's attached to the anchors with her rope, and I was belaying her. Now she's tied off at the top, and she's going to belay me as I go up. So at any point, if she slipped, I would catch her. At any point when I go up, if I slip, she'll catch me. And so we're anchored in. Now, with the way life is, no matter the routines, the practices, the safety and everything, crap just goes wrong. And that's where trauma comes in. We try to take all these precautions and measures and everything, and crap goes wrong. The video today is about that. It's also about anchoring and relying on somebody and trusting people. And sometimes that's hard. And, you know, opening up is trusting somebody to spill your guts to them and tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. So let me spin you around. So Marie is taking up the excess rope. And then you can see, and I can zoom in on her. She's pretty far up there. And then I'll climb up this. And routinely as I climb up, I'll do some quick little videos. Beautiful day here, perfect weather. I got to put on my little shoes that absolutely don't feel good on your feet. Hang on. All right, so I got my figure 8 going. Got my little Smurf shoes on. I'm getting ready to yell at Marie to tell her that I'm getting ready to start climbing and she'll belay me up. So here we go. So as you climb, a little hold like that for your foot, which doesn't seem like much, but it'll hold you. And then I clear these carabiners as I go up. So it's pretty straight up and down. Hang on. No, I'm not out of breath. I just live below sea level, and it's like, we're probably at 6,000 elevation. It doesn't look as hard when you look at it through camera, but it's hard, like everything in life. You have to do it to know it's hard. So let me buzz you around, and I'm on a good little ledge here where I could actually do a little video, show you where we came from. It's always good to look back where you came from. Progress. The mind loves to complete things. Even crap that kicks your ass. Hang on. There's our gear. Zoom in a little bit for you. There's my shoes and backpacks. And I'm gonna turn around on this little ledge. You're gonna see, there I am. Way down there is the Hot Wheels cars. As I go up, I'm taking the carabiners off of the rope, off the anchors you can see behind me in the camera, and clipping them onto my harness. And that way everything's clean coming up, and then we'll get to the top, and then we'll rappel back down together. So a lot of teamwork today. So here we go. All right, so I made it to the top, never slipped. So
Of the first pitch.
the first pitch. There you go. A lot of positive reinforcement there. We still have another pitch to go. Two more pitches to go. All right, 3. So there is our gear down there. So Marie is going to explain at this first pitch, now that I've been aware of the fact that we have 3 pitches to go, because I was just sitting up here thinking about having a nice cold water. So Marie's going to explain the tying in system here. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Marie.
Yeah, so we're both anchored in on what's called a clove hitch on a locking carabiner. Here's mine, here's Josey's. And I just put his anchor on when he got up here. So he's now anchored, so I'm going to take him off belay. This is the belay device. So we make sure that we're anchored in before we go off belay. So now he's off belay, but he's anchored. We're both anchored in, and I'll sort out the rope and gear here, and then we'll continue on the second pitch.
All right. You can see with all of the knots and belaying and carabiners that a lot of things could potentially go wrong. So, you know, muscle memory, repetitive action, and two people kind of looking over each other's shoulder, trusting each other in this process. So from here, we will repeat the process. She's going to go up, I'll belay her. She's going to tie off, she'll belay me up. And now that I'm actually awake, we understand that there's 3 pitches, if I can hold my fingers up without dropping my bottle. So, all right, hang on. Okay, so Marie climbed up to the second pitch, now that I'm with the program. I've taken her off belay because she's anchored up there. And then all that's left down here is where I'm anchored. And then once she gets on belay up there with me, then I'll untie this and then I'll start climbing up. So it's definitely a buddy system, which is what works sometimes. So let me give you a little footage and then we'll rock on. So Marie's pulling up all of the extra rope. You can kind of see the route kind of zigzags back and forth. And then you'll see what's left down here now is just where I'm anchored in. And then once she has me on belay up there, I'll disconnect all this, and that's what'll be anchoring me. Starting to get some sun popping around the corner. Definitely an absolutely beautiful day. So I've done a lot of rock climbing blindfolded, which for some people might seem crazy, but your hands kind of can do a lot, but your eyes play tricks on you, and you'll be like, man, that little bitty thing there can't hold me, and it can, you know. And then the cool part is Marie will be there below me, and she'll tell me, like, do you need my help? And I'm like, yeah. She'll like reach to the left. There's a perfect hold, but there's so many different things you can do with your hands, your knees, your feet. It's just incredible. That's it. Sorry, we're working. Anyway, so I'll get back to you. All right, Marie just did the third pitch, and she's pulling up the extra rope. Same day, different story. So I'll give you a little footage of that. And you're there? Hold on. All right, so that's basically my view. I got the camera right in front of my eyes. So I got to work up through there, clean the gear on the way up. A lot of trust in the rope. And that is the third pitch and the end of the climb. So we've got some, the helmet testers are on their way back down. And way down there is the Matchbox cars. And there's the view. So, yep. Yes, ma'am. Hard to believe, but way over there is snow. But you got to climb early because these rocks get really hot. And it's really hard to put your hands on them. So anyway, we're doing perfect on time. And we're cooking with gas, propane, and diesel. All right. So I'm about halfway up the third pitch. One of the biggest mistakes that I make in climbing is I try to take too big of a step. You try to use your legs a lot. By no means I'm not a professional climber. I've been climbing for a little bit, on and off. I'd love to climb more, but I only come here once a year. But I try to take too big of steps. A lot of times in life, we try to take too big of steps, get in a hurry. Try to use your legs a lot. Your legs stronger, you know. Everybody thinks it's your fingers, but try to use your legs. And like I was saying earlier before I got interrupted because we're working, is, you got to use all these different body parts. It's so cool to look at things and turn your foot this way, your hand this way, use your shoulder, elbow if you're crack climbing. It's just awesome experience to and get your body so grounded to the earth. You kind of feel like you're a part of it. Let me give you a quick view. So we're getting up there now. There's the Matchbox cars way down there. So that's the end of the second pitch, beginning of the third. Let me get turned around here. I have a place to put my hand. And there's Marie. So she's giving her feet a break. The shoes are really tight, and it's nice to have a little break. So I'm going to get back to it. You can see here where other people have come and they use chalk. I don't use chalk, and you know, it may not be the best route for you, kind of like life. So I kind of look at other ways and go, well, maybe I could climb up that section, you know. But you see the chalk, and people want to follow the chalk. That may not work for you. So everybody's different. All right, so we're coming up that crack right there. A little tricky. You got to kind of jam your feet in there. It's just, you almost have to do it to understand it. But Marie was pointing out the rocks here, and I'm gonna go up to where she's at and show you. But I mean, it's like super cool, it's super sharp. So Marie, I know you went to college for this. Please explain to the people in TV land what the hell that is.
That's calcite, so it's calcium carbonate. It's a mineral that's deposited on the surface of the sandstone by water. It was dissolved in the water, and then it crystallizes out of the water onto the rock. And usually it's on the inside of a crack where water flows down the crack, and it deposits it over a very long time. And then the crack, in this case, was later exposed when part of the rock broke away. It's really beautiful, has some cool texture to it, and then other times can be really slippery, so it's really pretty stuff.
And that's what you went to college for, correct?
Yeah, geology.
So if you're going to rock climb, I think you should rock climb with somebody who actually went to college and understands rocks. That's just my personal biased opinion, but it's really cool because she can explain all this and you can really enjoy it. But like I said, it's very sharp. It makes a good hold. I mean, you can grab a hold of it with your hands. You know, the stone here is kind of slick at times, and it's got a little bit of sand to it. All right, so we're going to keep climbing. We're almost done. All right, we are at the top. Marie's running the camera. She's just as good as the camera as she is with the ropes.
We made it. The top of Terma.
Is that T-E-R-M-A?
Mm-hmm. Moab, Utah. So the LaSalle Mountains behind Josey there. Colorado River. That's Big Bend down there. Gorgeous day.
Absolutely gorgeous day. All right, so we made it to the top. Awesome view. Got our climbing shoes off, so we're barefoot on the rocks. Feels really good. I mean, the view is insane. So way back there is what they call the LaSalle Mountains. We mountain biked up there. We motorcycled up there. Dirt bike, whatever the hell you call it. And then you get the Big Bend. This route runs along the Colorado River. It goes up to I-70 and then goes back down into Moab. Beautiful route, but the only person that can enjoy it is a person not driving. If you're driving, you need to focus on the road and let the passenger look at the water. So, awesome day, awesome experience. We'll do some rappelling on the 3 pitches down, so we'll do a little footage of that. You got to really trust the rope. You know, hopefully this video kind of helps people understand that, you know, you can take all the preparation in life you want. The crap just goes wrong. And that's where other people come in. People like Marie, people like me. You don't necessarily need somebody with a shingle hanging on their door that says they've been to some college for whatever. A lot of time it's just having somebody you can talk to. When Dr. Mitchell and I did the research on the psychological effects of fatal fires, the one thing that really came out of that research is when people are in a traumatic situation, doesn't matter if you're a first responder, military, doesn't matter. People want to talk to someone who knows the job they do, they're familiar with it, and they're trained. So if Marie was in a rock climbing accident, she might want to talk to somebody like me. I'm trained and I know how to climb rocks. She might want to talk to somebody that's got more technical experience about all the different knots and whatever, but I get it. If you're a truck driver, you might want to talk to a truck driver, not somebody with a shingle hanging on their door. And I'm not against all of the shingles, I'm not. I mean, to me, I just look at people like us as paramedics. We're just trying to do what we can, and then eventually you may need a referral to someone who is trained, that can put the time and energy and knows a lot more than we know. But the research that Dr. Mitchell and I did absolutely 100% showed people want to talk to someone who knows what they do and they get it and they can relate with them. So, with all that being said, we got to put our shoes back on and buzz back down, but absolutely beautiful day. Let me give you some footage. So there you go. Way down there is our Hot Wheels vehicle. Back you back out. Way over there, the LaSalle Mountains. Moab, Utah is actually that direction. And here you go. So this is kind of what we worked to get up to, this little flat spot. I won't show you my feet because they're stained from the climbing shoes. They're kind of purple. But yeah, pretty cool. Give you a little view here. Hang on now, here we go. Comes a motorcycle. What are we doing today? We're getting busy living. Absolutely. Hey, fella. Man, he ain't got much to say. Hey, buddy. Do you have any friends with you? That's the big question we got to ask. Any friends that are bigger? Hey, fella. I'm above you now. I think he just had a snack. You got a big old belly. All right, well, excuse the wind. We can't control the wind, so Marie is going to rappel down. Go ahead, Marie. You can explain this better than I can.
Yeah, so I'm set up on rappel. I've got a backup here, which is called a third hand. And I'm going to go all the way down to the next bolted anchor and then anchor myself in. And then Josey will start rappelling, and I'll give him what's called a fireman's belay as backup, meaning I'm holding the ends of the rope so that if he accidentally let go, he'd have 2 extra hands on the rope.
That's what I'm talking about. A lot of safety. Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right.
Take off.
See you down there.
Yes, ma'am. Pretty cool. You can see our packs way, way down there. There's our packs. So this is the first pitch. And we just kind of ease back. I can film her, but I can't film me going down because I gotta have my hands busy. All right, y'all get the idea. Hang on. All right, we're climbing down. Or rappelling down would be the better word. Very windy. All right, Marie is 120% on board today for the cause. So I'm gonna do a little footage here. Look at the, excuse the rope, but we kind of need the rope right now. It's kind of important. So, sorry, that might be inappropriate, but that's the only way I can do the angle. So there's Marie right underneath me. So she's actually holding me right now. And then you can see the view. So this is rappelling down. I've done a rappel once with Marie last year before, where we went down side by side, right?
Yeah, did we do that on Space Tower, I think? Space Tower, great climb. But we were like side by side going down, and that was some spooky junk. So let me give you a little footage up here, kind of show you what we're looking at, where we came from. All right, so we are on the last pitch. Marie is working with me today on doing videos. So anyway, I just thought it was cool that we're just both like standing on this ledge, and she's got her whole 19 systems of safety, which is a good thing. And so anyway, so a lot of times in life, I think we're just hanging on a ledge, but we got a friend. Yeah.
Right? So reach out to people. All right, so sometimes in life, we are hanging on by a thread. Today's a good day because we're hanging on by 2 threads. Now that device there, belaying device, is actually very warm from the friction. But anyway, that's where we came from. This is where we're going. I've got the, are you a blueberry?
Yep.
She said she's a blueberry, but she is a good looking blueberry. So there's the Colorado, and the Matchbox cars are getting bigger by the minute, and we're gonna shut it down here, so hang on. All right, we are down on the ground. I'm gonna buzz you around, show you where we came from. Doesn't look that far from down here, but it was. Not a promotional speech. Roadmap Company's not endorsed, sponsored, or anything to do. But if you come to Moab, Utah, and you want to rock climb, I would highly suggest Moab Canyon Tours. All right, lock that number in. And I would suggest, her, Marie. Ask for Marie. I'm confident there's plenty of other very competent climbers, but you want to climb rocks with somebody that knows rocks. That's just my opinion. And I trust her, and she's who I go to, and I'm making a referral right there. Good time. Supports all of our projects. The Colin Project and Kathy Rockhouse Foundation. She supports everything that we do, so that's why we're here. So I'm gonna buzz you around, show you what we did. Hell, if I can find it. Isn't it up over that little bush is at?
So,
Where are we at?
where the big roof is just...
Oh, yeah, to the left of that. All right. I need all the help I could get. She won't come back to South Georgia. All right, so we climbed up that. You said that, what do you think is about 1,000 feet?
Maybe 800 feet of talus or...
Yeah, so it's not an easy climb, but it's not impossible.
And the climb's about 350 feet.
350 feet. We went ahead and sent life flight home. And then basically we went, as I'm zooming in, we went up that crack right there. Right through there. So who am I today? Glad I met her 10 years?
I don't even know.
Whatever. I'm glad I met her because she has just been a phenomenal safety rope for me. So a lot of times in the world, we need a safety rope. Not just in climbing, but in life. Y'all have a great day.